In this video, I want to show you the process for creating a certificate signing request as well as generating the .p12 file, all on a Windows machine. This assumes you have a developer account. You go to developer.apple.com, go ahead and select account and sign in. Once you've signed in, we're going to select certificates, IDs, and profiles. And we're going to click the plus button to add a new certificate. This process works for both the iOS app development as well as the App Store and ad hoc process. And I believe it will work for these other processes as well. Anytime you need to generate a certificate signing request with a private key, you can follow this process. Let's go ahead and select iOS app development. I'm going to scroll down and click continue. Now, this has steps for a Mac, but of course, we're smarter than that, so we're going to do this on a Windows machine. To do that, we need to first install an app that helps us on Windows from openssl.org. Go ahead and select Community. From here, go ahead and select Binaries and Engines. Now, the OpenSSL project, they don't distribute binaries, but we're going to go to their page. The references some third party, and here on the wiki we want to go to OpenSSL for Windows. We want this first one, and here we're going to scroll down and you'll want to select the latest version of OpenSSL. In this case it's 1.1.0. Now we just want the light version, which is just the basics, that all we need. You can choose Win32 or Win64. Now, assuming you have a Windows 64-bit Windows operating system, then go for Win64. I imagine everybody does at this point, but the Win32 does work if you want to. So go ahead and download those files. Again, I'm going to select the Win64 Lite version. Once you've downloaded the file, go ahead and double click that. It's going to kick off the install. Choose next. Go ahead and accept the agreement and click next. Now remember where this is installing. I'm going to go with the default, which is on my C drive, OpenSSL-Win64 directory. Go ahead and click next. Adds, if it wants to know if you want to add it to your start menu. Now here, I'm going to select the OpenSSL binaries in the bin directory. Go ahead and make sure that's selected, and then click next. Finally, click install. Go ahead and make a donation. The guy's been doing great work. It's been around for a long time. Go ahead and click finish. All right, now we need to open a command prompt in order to run some command line instructions. So I can right click on the start menu, choose run. From here I want to type CMD and click OK. And now I've got my command prompt. Alright, let's navigate down. First I'm going to go CD and then / to go to my C drive. Now go to the folder that we just installed, which is OpenSSL-Win64. Over here in my open folder, I want to show you what I'm referring to so you can see the files as they're created. Now go into the bin folder. So here I press return and I'm now in this. Now I'm going to go to CD bin. Alright, now I'm in the bin folder. Okay, in the previous videos there were a number of errors that people were seeing that happened over the period of time. 7 years is a long time, things change. So one of the things we need to do is run a command that sets an environment variable that allows the script to run. Thank you to those in the comments who found this out and made comments to help fix this. So the first thing we want to do is type set space, then in all caps OpenSSL_conf equals, now we want to reference the directory that we just created, the folder that we're in, which in this case is on the C drive, and open SSL-win64 in the bin folder, and then we need to reference a file called openssl.cfg. Now, once that's set, now we're ready to run a few commands. First thing we're going to do is generate what we call a private key. To do that, we type openssl space genrsa space and then -out for out, and then the name of the file. I'm just going to call this mykey.key. Then finally we're going to 2048. Go and press enter. Now it generates a private key. Notice it's added the file here in my directory. Okay. The next step is to generate the certificate signing request. To do that, we type openssl space req space -new space -key for key space, and then the name of the file. So in our instance, it's mykey.key space -out space. Now we're going to give this a name. I'm just going to call it certificate signing request dot cert signing request, then a space, and we do -subj space, and then we do quotes, double quotes. We're going to say /email address equals, and this is going to be your own email address associated with your account, then comma space CN, which means certificate name, and I'm just gonna put my name, you can put your name, then a comma, and then C equals for country. This is going to be country for me is in the US, then close with another quote. All right, go ahead and press return. Now notice you've generated this file. Very good. Let's go back to the browser, go back to here where it says create a CSR. Now we're going to go continue, and we're going to choose the file that we've created. Now this is you're gonna navigate to your folder and then select certificate signing request. Go ahead and click open, and then click continue. All right, now it's generated this file. Go ahead and click download, and then click done, and now you see the certificate here. You can do the same process for the distribution certificate, and I believe for some of the other push notification certificates. All right, now let's go back to our folder, and what I want to do is copy this file that we just downloaded into our folder. Once you've copied this file into the same bin folder, let's go back to the command prompt. First thing we're going to do is generate a PEM file. And to do that, we type openssl space x509 space -in space. Now this is the name of the developer certificate or distribution certificate, what you downloaded from Apple. In my case, it's iOS_development.cer space -inform space $DER space -out space. Now here's another name. We can call it the same. We just need to remember what it is. So I'm going to call it iOS development.pem space -outform space PEM. All right, notice how it generated the PEM file. Okay, now the next step is to generate the p12 referencing all of these files that we've created. So the final step is to generate the p12 file, and to do that we type openssl space pkcs12 space -export for export space -inkey for inkey space, and the name of the private key, which was mykey.key space, then -in space, and then this is the name of the PEM file we just created. So it's iOS underscore development.pem space -out space, and then give this a name that again is unique to what you're doing. So I'm going to call this iOS development.p12. Go ahead and press return. Now you need a password. This is very important to remember this password, because this is what you share if you were to give the p12 file to another developer and they could import it into their keychain. They would need this password. If you're going to sign compile apps with this, you're going to need this password. So go ahead and create whatever you want. I'm going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't tell anybody. 1, 2, what was it? 3, 4, 5. All right. Very good. There you go. Now you've created your p12 file. Again, this process works whether you're doing the development key or a distribution key. Hope that helps. Thanks again. Talk to you later.